Alonso's going round the outside of him. Michael Schumacher, who's lost it at turn 2. He's off. Fernando Alonso is off. It's championship neutral then as Schumacher 2 retires from this Grand Prix.
It's over for Michael Schumacher.
Looks like Michael Schumacher's going to attack as well. There is Schumacher. 5 lights go out. 70 laps of this race, unless we hit 2 hours first, but that's a long, long way off. Away they go. Look for Barrichello accelerating. Massa is slow away. Raikkonen's had a good start, and Massa is being attacked by De La Rosa as they run down 4 abreast into the first corner. Massa's already lost 2 places. Look at Barrichello up in the 2nd place then. Michael Schumacher, is that Schumacher? He's up in 5th or 6th place. What a phenomenal start by Michael Schumacher. Coming down towards turn 2, De La Rosa has a look down the inside of Rubens Barrichello. Schumacher is right up there with Fisichella. Alonso's in the middle of a huge sandwich. On board with Alonso.
We can see now Alonso has closed the gap to Michael, so this is going to be the fight. This is it now.
Between the 2 championship contenders, Alonso right on the tail of Michael Schumacher. Yellow flags are being waved though before turn 11. He mustn't overtake Schumacher under wave yellow flags. Schumacher gets racing. You can see the steering wheel action. He wants to try and keep him off. There's been real niggle has got into the relationship between these 2 of late. They both had a bit to say about each other. It's starting to get a bit reminiscent of the Prost and Senna era. Such similar drivers on a similar level. It's wonderful needle between them, and now that needle is right here on the racetrack. Alonso's clearly faster. He's going to try and force his way through up the inside of Schumacher, who cuts across him, but he will have another chance. Great racing here at the Hungaroring on lap 3 between the 2 championship rivals, battling over 4th place. Raikkonen leading, Barrichello 2nd, De La Rosa 3rd. This is the scrap for 4th then. They're 10 seconds behind the race leader.
Yeah, this is some great racing going on here between Alonso and Michael. As Alonso had a great run out of turn 1. Michael's defending the inside. He knows he's there as he looks in his mirrors going into turn 2. Alonso's taken the typical karting line, the wet line round the outside. Keeps trying to sort of slingshot Michael and getting a good run on him out of the corner. And yeah, Michael's having to really work hard now.
He's 4 seconds a lap slower than race leader Raikkonen. That's why Alonso is so much more quick than Michael Schumacher. He is 4 seconds off Raikkonen's pace. So clearly he's in a very vulnerable time. Alonso's going round the outside of him. This is the first time these 2 have taken each other on all season on the racetrack. Every other pass has taken place in the pits. Wonderful track action there between the 2 of them. Alonso's through, up into 4th place. Side by side here, Fisichella and Michael Schumacher. They're ready with a new front wing for Michael Schumacher. Alonso leads this Grand Prix. Into the pits comes Michael Schumacher.
And that was intermediate tyres for Kimi Raikkonen. So wow, those Michelin intermediates working really well for the McLaren. Michael comes up, they practiced this. It shouldn't take much more than about 12 seconds for Ferrari, but that's a set of intermediates going on to that Ferrari as well. The nose is on and he's away. Good stop considering by Ferrari.
Considering, as you say, a very good stop indeed. It's like balletic watching the mechanics dancing over the front wing, getting out of his way. Here we go then. This is Schumacher. He has to give way. Blue flags will be waving out there. This is reminiscent of a few years ago, and he's not going to make it easy for Alonso, is he? There's been a lot of niggle between these 2 over the weekend, and Alonso goes through. We don't see any kind of hand gesture from him, not from this range anyway.
There's a big crash there.
Big crash here, very big crash indeed. Can't see who's involved in it. One of the Toro Rossos, I think. And one of the McLarens is involved as well. And what a dramatic incident. Safety car has been deployed here. Alonso drops the hammer, the safety car pulls into the pit lane, and Alonso going to get this restart underway. We'll talk a little bit about the way tyre pressures are altered by sitting behind the safety car in a moment. Let's just get across the start-finish line. You're not allowed to overtake, remember, until you've crossed through the green flag line. Nice dry line on the right, but Alonso doesn't want any of it. He wants to stay on the wet, keep his tyres nice and cool. Everybody else does not follow that advice, except Nick Heidfeld. And as they come down to into turn 1, and they've got some contact already. That's Ralf Schumacher making contact with one of the Ferraris. And Jenson Button up there. This is on board with Felipe Massa. Takuma Sato is in the mix there. Jenson Button has gone past Ralf Schumacher. He was running second, don't forget anyway, Jenson Button. So 1 or 2 cars between himself and the race leader at the restart, Sato. And then one of the prizes, Michael Schumacher, who's lost it at turn 2. Schumacher from 7th place. What happened here? Yeah, round he goes.
Yeah, it just looks like he's had a simple spin there at turn 2. Obviously, with that low tyre pressure after sitting behind the safety car, yeah, there it is from on board.
You can see the sun almost coming through now onto the racetrack. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a rainbow soon, but heavy rain is forecast very, very soon indeed. Jenson Button, fastest man on the track. He took 8/10 out of Alonso on that last lap. He's now down to under 5 seconds. Jenson's going like a rocket here as we look at Nick Heidfeld, who has lapped the Michael Schumacher's just gone fast as well. That's interesting. So Bridgestones are starting to work, Anthony. Schumacher's just done a 1:31.7.
Yeah, I mean, that suggests to me that the tyre was a bit too hard. If in these drying conditions, he's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Jenson Button closes the gap to 3.5 seconds on Fernando Alonso. Button is absolutely flying here. We've hardly seen him at all. We're looking at Ferraris lapping each other. Michael Schumacher lines up Nick Heidfeld for a pass. This is for 5th place. He tried exactly the same thing last time, but this time he's got more room to make his braking work, and he sweeps through into 5th. Jenson Button only took on 5.5 seconds of fuel, so he's going to have to stop again in this Grand Prix. He's sticking with a 3-stop strategy, which is very interesting. And a short stop as well for Schumacher. I doubt he might make the finish actually on that. Schumacher's lapping in the 1:31s on dry tyres out there compared to Button, who's in the 1:27s. So at the moment, you'd have to say that it's not quite time for the dries, but it doesn't look like Alonso's got much choice.
Yeah, the one thing you have to take into consideration as well is that it does take about 2 or 3 laps to even get the heat into the tyres. So we have to wait and see what Ralph can do in a couple of laps. I mean, he's our guideline. Yes, he's just set his fastest first sector of the race so far, 31.1, and that compares to De La Rosa's his fastest personal best split of a 31.8.
Hang on, Alonso didn't have a great start there, did he? Struggling to get tyre temperature into those dry tyres. It's a risky moment this for the World Championship leader. Michael Schumacher has moved up into 5th place. It's just set the fastest first sector of anybody. There is Alonso. He's off! Fernando Alonso is off! The World Championship leader has stopped, and Jenson Button not only leads, but he leads by 22 seconds. And that's a rear suspension failure or something. The wheel nut flies off, is it? The wheel nut's blown off. The right rear corner, I believe.
Yeah, well, we saw him exiting turn 1 really, really slowly. That wasn't his fault at all. It was actually the rear right wheel nut that's fallen off. You can see the car wiggles there, and he's off. He's into the barrier. Completely not his fault at all. The Renault team have made a mistake.
Is it too soon to start talking about the first Grand Prix victory of Jenson Button while we lament with Fernando Alonso on that problem? We have to say that Button now is on target, maybe for his first win. Let's take a look at what happens. Look at the right rear corner.
You can see the tyre goes on, it looks like normal.
Well, it's been the longest ever losing streak in Formula 1 history for British racing drivers. 63 races extending back to the Australian Grand Prix 3 years ago when David Coulthard last won a race. And I think Michael Schumacher, who's in 2nd place at the moment, is more worried about Pedro De La Rosa than he is about Jenson Button, because De La Rosa is reeling him in, and the Spanish driver, substituted McLaren, took over from Juan Pablo Montoya mid-season, is having a fantastic drive here, looking for his first podium in Formula 1, but he's looking for more than just 3rd place. He's looking for 2nd, out of the final corner. He's got good drive. It's not going to be a game of chicken this time, is it? As they go down into turn 1, we've got some slower lap traffic in front of us in the form of Takuma Sato.
Okay, so he's having another go at it again. The Ferrari was awesomely quick on the straight that last time. As he tries to get closer, you can see the Ferrari just pulling away once again. And he has to back out of it, concede again. How is he going to get by? There's no other way, it seems, around this track.
He knows that the Ferrari has got better straight line speed at the moment, it seems. So he's just got to get a lot better drive out of that final corner and just run it up the inside of Schumacher and say, I'm coming through.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands at the moment, De La Rosa should be lapping 3 seconds faster than what he currently is behind Michael there.
Here comes De La Rosa now. Has he got the drive he needs? They're side by side along the main straight. It looks like a cigarette paper wouldn't fit between them, but no, he can't quite make it. And maybe if he was a little bit bolder, he might try, but I I'm sure he's thinking about where and when, maybe down the inside into turn 2. He's going to have a run at him, no he's not. Already Schumacher in this race has been wheel banging with Giancarlo Fisichella. He's been close with Alonso as well, and now he's got a third close encounter.
Yeah, this is great stuff, as you can really see that the dry line in certain places like here going into turn 4 is just single file. There's no way you can overtake on the inside like he's trying to do into turn 1 or any other corner where it's like that, like this into turn 6. You can see as he's having a go, this is going to be close, he's squeezing him onto the wet. They do touch, I think, and Micheal concedes. What's he going to do? He's gone straight over the chicane, he has to let him past, and he does. But
oh, he doesn't make it easy for him, I'm not sure about that at all.
Micheal should have let him go.
Well, I'm sure there'll be words about this afterwards. There'll be words at the next driver's briefing. It looked to me as though Schumacher realised what he'd done and moved over to let De La Rosa through, then changed his mind and cut across in front of the McLaren driver.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if Pedro can do it again on the exit. He gets again, good drive. He's on the inside, but Michael's now aware of it. He knows it's going to happen, and yes, he slides wide again. He cuts the chicane, but this time he does let him get away with it. So that was a great run, a great move. This is going to be down the inside. Easily done, but once again you can see the Ferrari is just awesome on the straights. It's unbelievable. As is Mick going to pull this up? No, he can't. This is amazing stuff. I mean, normally the car as well on tyres that look like in this condition should no way be allowed to go that fast on the straight compared to a car on slicks.
Heidfeld then, who's already had one dice in this Grand Prix with Michael Schumacher, keeping him very busy. Pedro De La Rosa then through into second place as Heidfeld takes a look as we come out of turn 3 up the hill towards the very fast turn 4, the left-hander, taking 125 miles an hour when it's completely dry. With 4 laps to go as Heidfeld takes a look. This is where De La Rosa made the pass. He goes deep. Schumacher resists. What's happened? What's happened? Is he through or isn't he? Michael slowing right down. Heidfeld's going to drive right round him, and Schumacher's in trouble. It looks like both of the World Championship contenders are going to be out of this race.
I think what happened was, as he's going very slowly here, I think there is damage to the Ferrari. I saw the car get a little jolt there. He tried to turn in on Heidfeld that was overtaking him. I mean, another great move. And yes, the left front is damaged. Or maybe it's the right front. He's definitely made contact with Heidfeld there, and he's got trouble turning into the corners. Yes, as he's off, this is going to be it. This is both championship contenders out of the race.
So this is going to neutralise the whole situation. Ferrari and Schumacher could have gone away from here 3 or maybe 5 points behind Alonso. Schumacher can't even get into the pit lane here with just 3 laps to go in this race. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of Michael Schumacher's tyres. He will be absolutely furious. He gave it his best shot. He stayed out on intermediate tyres that had given their best. It's championship neutral then as Schumacher 2 retires from this Grand Prix. Ted Kravitz.
Yeah, they were waving him into the garage, but Michael was not interested. He went straight into the box. He wanted desperately to try and get some points, see if they could fix anything, but it's no good. They're wheeling him back. It's over for Michael Schumacher.
Well, we didn't get a good enough view of what happened there with Heidfeld when he went down the inside of Schumacher. He's done a miraculous job to get this far in the Grand Prix with those tyres. I mean, they wouldn't pass any tread check, would they?
No way. Yeah, obviously a great drive, but in my mind, he should have just let him go by. I mean, you can't hold up a car that's 4 seconds lap slower than you.
In the pits, and I fell straight away after the pit stop. I tried to make the first corner, was nearly on the limit, but the second one was too much.